Hello, welcome. Prepare your socks. It's going to be a kind of a ramble. We're going to have a random, boring backgrounds. You have to listen to my voice, alright? Hey, it's Alex. Welcome to Alex Temp's Tabletop. And I was on YouTube doing some tagging and stuff when you edit in videos, and a tag came up called Affordable Warhammer. And I was like, geez, I'm desperate to do some video ideas because I need to prep everything before I go away for a few weeks. So here we are, Affordable Warhammer. If you're global positioned, I don't know what your income's like in the UK. Things can be kind of tight for people. Cost of living, blah blah blah, all that. It's really not fun. But doom and gloom aside, I thought we'd talk about affordable Warhammer. So firstly, I'm not going to tell you how to use your money. Don't worry, I'm not covered in that aspect legally to give you financial advice. So just take this as a guy rambling in a bar. But I'm sadly not in a bar when I'm speaking, but you get it. So, people look at Warhammer and say it's a kind of luxury hobby. I kind of get that, but also I don't like that term. I find it a bit gatekeepy in a weird way. I would also say a better way is just kind of trying to advise people to pay your bills, look after your loved ones first, make sure there's fuel in your car, food on the table, blah, blah, blah. Warhammer's not cheap. So we're a minute 30 in now and I haven't even told you how to save money. Well, guess what? I'm going to tell you now because I've been an absolute poor scrub for the last few years, jumping through uni, doing part-time jobs here and there. I've only just recently landed in a job which would be termed as a graduate adult job, which I'm super stoked for. Because that means money, which means I can buy Warhammer and enjoy life a bit more. But before that, how did I get by? Well, I still bought Warhammer now and then with my part-time jobs, money and stuff, but I was a bit more cautious. But what I did, I just looked around. I looked around on eBay, I looked on Facebook groups, I looked on Twitter, I looked on YouTube, because sometimes people do YouTube videos selling stuff. And I just got into Discords and forums, speaking to people. And I got in situations where I'd paint up stuff for profit. If you're aware of me by now, I've done commission painting. On and off for a few years now. I did it full time for half a year recently. So I just got this job I wanted, so that's cool. So that would pay for some Warhammer, but what I would often do is I would buy cheap stuff off eBay, I'd paint it up and then sell it for profit. Or I would often trade online and stuff, as I said, like if I found people looking for something specific and I had something they wanted and they had something I wanted, we would just trade. A thing I would say as well, if you have like a pile of opportunity or a backlog and you have some friends or some people who want to get into the hobby and they're a bit tight on money and you think you're never going to paint those minis, maybe throw them a few. Just give them an idea, like don't expect them to like drop a bunch of money on a potential hobby they may not enjoy. So if you're like, oh, I've got a few things. Like I have a friend recently, I gave him like a paint handle, some contrast paints because I'm an idiot and I ordered doubles. And yeah, it's like little gestures of being awesome and doing things like that where you can like help people get into the hobby, look out for your friends and all that jazz. But yeah, affordable Warhammer. Going back to that topic because I was an idiot and labelled this video as that, so you'll hear probably angry that I haven't given you loads of financial advice. But another good thing is when I find starting new army projects, instead of buying everything at once, I buy the thing that excites me the most first and I work on that. Like I'm often a guy where I work on a unit at a time, so I chip away at a project. Because the amount of people I've seen walk into Games Workshop and they've dropped hundreds of pounds on an entire army, and then 2 months down the line it's half built, half painted, and they're selling it because they overwhelmed themselves. So you want to do baby steps. Like if you want to work towards a 1500 point list, start off at 500 points or 750 points and then slowly get to that. Because I tell you, with the world we live in, we're all very busy people, I'd like to think, so we sadly don't have all the time in the world to hobby away constantly. So yeah, I guess affordability with modelling is also coming into terms with time management. Do you really need to spend all that money at once for all that stuff when actually you're not even going to get it done till end of the year? So Why don't you just buy the thing you're going to work on first? Get that done, then buy the next thing. Because, yeah, you could argue in the long run, if you drop that, let's say £500, and then it's done, it's invested, you've got it. But then let's say you're caught out in the month, you're tight on bills, you know, oof, if only I spent £100, I would have had 400 spare. Like, yeah, it does mean every month, let's say for 5 months in a row, you're dropping £100, but it's still ending out the same. Like, you would have had that 500 gone, or you could have spread it out a bit. It's like the whole Klarna payment thing. You can stretch out over 30 days or 3 months. I do that a lot. I use those things. It's no different than a credit card, is it really? You just pay it off bit by bit. Make sure you don't catch yourself in a kind of sharp corner. And then speaking of Games Workshop, of course they're making loads of money on profits because that's what they do. They're a successful business. Because we're idiots and we buy little plastic toys and make noises. The thing I would suggest is also looking for third-party sellers. Look for like things like Goblin Game and Element Games, blah blah blah, Alchemist Games, where you can get 20-25% off. Wait out for the summer sales. Like, I've bought miniatures before from Goblin Gaming which were like 20 quid, and I've waited half a year and then they're on sale, on a random sale for like 8 quid, and I'm just there like, what the hell, this is too good to be true. But it is true. Like, it is true that I'm sadly speaking to you right now if you're still here listening. If you are, thank you. Maybe think about subscribing if you do, you know, cheers. So yeah, that's kind of it. I wanted to do a ramble video because I'm away soon, so I need to churn out these videos in a short amount of days, have them prepped. But now this is when I pass the burden of me making this low effort video onto you. What do you do? What's your definition of affordable Warhammer? Do you buy stuff online? Do you buy bits? Do you kit bash? Do you share? Do you trade with friends? Do you wait and find deals? Do you buy the big army boxes end of the year which give you value for money? Leave a comment below because I genuinely want to see what you people do, because it's just super interesting, you know, to see what everyone's doing, blah 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 and all that jazz. So like I said, I often buy half my stuff on eBay. Like a great example right now, Age of Sigmar. I can get 20 unit of Gut Rippers on eBay with postage. I think for £16-17. If I went and bought that direct from GW, that would be £32.50. That's like near. That's a solid like £12 saving right there, you know. And then that £12 can go towards more Warhammer. It can go towards gas. It can go towards food. You know, you gotta play the life grind, sadly, because people are bad and stuff. I'm probably gonna bleep that out because I swore. But anyway, yeah. Hopefully this conversation ramble was somewhat interesting and it filled the void for a bit. If it just made you super depressed, I'm very sorry. I do apologise. But thank you to all the plebs on screen. £1 a month means you get some videos, some blogs and stuff, and I get to feel happy that people value this content. Yeah, you all take care, stay awesome, and thank you so much for just dropping on by. Keep it easy. Goodbye.